Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today we have another figure review. This time around it's Heatboys Raphael. It's the third mecha in their series of Mechaheat, I believe it's called. First one being Leonardo right there on the left and Mikey on the right. So this bad boy comes, I think, in a bigger box than the other two. I no longer have the original boxes, but this one looks like it's a bigger box than the other two. Definitely a little bigger than Leonardo. And the box is actually, you know, like the other two, is pretty well done. It's a matte finish on the box through and through, and some reflective you know, kind of print embossed for the name of the figure, and you can see there are pretty nice figure shots around it. And at the back you can see the main features of this kit. It seems like it retains the same body as the other earlier released mechas, which is great. There is absolutely nothing wrong with those bodies. But of course it adds a bunch of accessories and a color scheme to reflect Raphael's unique style, and so it seems like we are coming up with two size beams, the same action base that comes with the other two. It usually has a lid that you can open to store the extra accessories that you're not using on a figure when you're displaying it. Seems like there's a bunch of extra connectors, the magnetic pizza to activate the light effect. I wonder if there is any additional effect except for the eyes lighting up, so we'll see about that. Then we have the combat claws, the drill thingies, the articulation arms, the pre-order bonus, the transparent parts to build the turtle van and the transparent turtles themselves. I think Raphael is the one driving. Yeah, so let's open it up and let's see what's inside. Let's actually see all those figures. Oh, look at this. There's also pretty nice graphic here and more figure photos. Very nicely done. There's a bit of like scan line going on, and the figure in some nice striking poses. Let's see if we can recreate those in the beauty shots. So let's see what's inside. Seems like everything is... Ooh, there's a lot. Everything is very nice and tightly packed. Let's get the box out of the way. Everything is neatly packed in separate plastic trays, and we have a little bit of a instructional manual, usually that is, on how to work with the figure. Yep, so it tells you the entire package. So we have the size, we have the revolvers, multifunctional giant combat arms. Of course we have turtle shell where the little turtle sits usually, with like a cockpit opening up. We also have replacement headgear, so for his hockey mask. Then you have giant, oh, these are combat giant arms, it's just there. Okay, giant claws, drill beam cannons, thrusters, power arm connection, metal power arms. Then you have size connectors, arm connectors, engine connectors, metal power arms, holsters, drill handles. This figure is packed, and there are two metal rods, one at an upwards angle, another one is even. I think in my previous review, might be for Mikey, I think I said in the video that it would have been nice if they included more options here for the stand connectors, because, you know, 2 is quite limiting. I haven't seen any third party yet dropping those, but it would have been very nice to get a few more different angles for these stand connectors to, you know, to give you more freedom with the poses and stuff like that. Maybe also additional length rods and stuff like that, so you can have them, you know, kind of on top of each other almost. And I guess here the manual tells you how to work with the figure. I'll check all of that out off the camera before I do the posing and the beauty shots for this. All right, let's start with the top tray. What do we have here? Here we have the giant combat arms, the drill beams, the combat claws. It looks like these are the thrusters or the wheel launchers. No, these are the LEDs. These are the LEDs for the drill cannons, and these are the thrusters. So let's open it up. Let's see what they look like. Oh, it's all sealed. Give me a second. I need to find something to cut them with. It's not gonna work. I need my knife. And we're back. I got my fancy knife for this. It's a Shar's knife. Look at that. I love this thing. Only for special occasions. Anyway, let's open this up. And on the other side. Come on. Don't get stuck. Son of a biscuit. And we are open. There we go. Okay, let's see what's in there. The giant combat arms. This looks spectacular. So this seems to fully mimic the main arm of the body. You have articulated fingers, only as per only two of them. So like the turtle itself, the thumb is articulated and the other two fingers are fully articulated. The knuckles, the works, all of it. You cannot flip the bird with this, but it's not too bad. Does it rotate? It doesn't seem to rotate, but it does have a bit of a like extension gimmick here. Then it bends at what would be the elbow, and it has the connection piston rods inside, so you can see, hopefully it comes through on the camera. And there are also a couple inside, so when you bend it, you can see those activate, and there is a handle. Very detailed, very nice. A lot of war decals. Everything is top coated, nicely painted. Very, very well done, as per usual from Heatboys. All right. See if there's anything different about the second arm. Well, seems to be the mirror of the other one. It doesn't have any rotation to it, but it does have a good bend. So you can kind of grab things. Bit of a claw. Very nice. Okay. Then let's get to the thrusters. It doesn't seem like there's any special about them, just some metallic finish and silver paint and gold on the inside. There is no weathering that I can see. It's all very clean. And doesn't seem like there is any gimmick to these as well. All right, let's look at the combat claws. It's like big Wolverine claws, so they seem to fold up. They also seem to like fold in a little bit. Okay, they have a little bit of articulation to them. It feels like very sturdy plastic, like it can take a beating. And the same on the other one, and it seems like they connect right here on the top of the wrist of the giant arm. There we go. So he can look like a massive boxer with Wolverine claws. Except that they would be ginormous, like the size of a building. Very nice. Okay. Then we have these thrusters. The plastic on the inside is transparent. I wonder if that's the light up gimmick. If it is, I'm not sure how you would take it apart to replace the battery. We'll find it out. There's two of those. And then there are drill beams. Okay, those things have to light up because it looks like those things go on the inside of these drill heads. Let's get them out of their plastic bags. So these are supposed to open up, which they do. And these things are supposed to be on the inside. Oh, it's gonna be like this. Okay, well. And these are supposed to be lighting up. When we get to the pizza, we'll try it out. Because you usually need a magnet inside the pizza to activate the lights. The light up gimmicks usually require those small hand watch batteries. So, you know, you cannot really leave them on. I did modify my Leonardo, so I drilled with a hand drill a tiny hole at the back of his head and ran my own LED for a period of time, but because that figure kind of moves around my house a lot, I ended up not doing that. But if I was to have this stationary, I'll probably do the same thing with all of them and have their eyes lit up at all times, or when the rest of my kids light up, usually in the evenings. And it's very spacious, the head units within the turtles, because they usually house the PCB with the watch batteries. So it's very easy to place your own custom LED along with the wires, and then you just need a small hole to run them outside for the power source. Let's do the body last. Let's do the accessories first. So here it seems like we have the size and the revolver. So let's have a look at them. More seals. Boom. And boom. Get out of here. So these are the regular parts. I believe these will always come with this kit, with this figure, apologies. But the transparent ones are pre-order bonus. So if you collect all of them, which I assume, I'm not sure how many turtles you're gonna need to build the van, because there's obviously 4 main turtles. Then they have already announced and showed Shredder. They have showed the 3D designs and like plain statues of April O'Neil and Master Splinter. So I'm not sure how many, and Krang. I think they showed the plain figure of Krang, but not like a fully colored yet, nor do we know the gimmicks of it. And it's supposed to be massive. But I don't know how many of those you're gonna need to collect to build the turtle van. I hope it's just the 4 turtle figures and not like even the extended ones, because that would be a bit of a pain in the butt. I don't think everybody's gonna be collecting those, all of those, even though I might probably. So here we have the metal support arms, what it looks like for the joint arms. So it seems like a very robust POM plastic and metal. It is super sturdy. I wonder, yeah, it should be able to hold quite a bit of weight. So if we put these on, no, it's not like that. It's like right here, okay. So it's a fairly, the arm is nowhere near heavy enough to stress out the joints there. I only wonder if this turning joint, this main one, is going to sag over time. It seems to be a bit more malleable than the rest of it. But then I wonder if this screw can be tightened if necessary at some point. But it looks very nice because it's die cast partially. It gives that very, very good shine. And it's kind of darkened die cast, so it's not straight up silver. Very nice. Definitely like that. Then we have the size. Are they metal? They are. This is extra. This is absolutely metal die-cast size. That is fantastic. I wasn't expecting them to be metal. And I think the katana was also metal on the Leonardo. I forgot about that completely. The chains, I think, on the Mikey are metal as well, and these are metal. Be very careful with these. These pretty much are sharp needles, especially the ones on the side. Oh yeah, they're gonna poke through your skin very easily. So be extra careful dealing with these. While the top of the middle seems to be a blunt tip, still being metal, if you're careless, you know, stabbage can happen. These are pretty much needles. These are very sharp. These got good weight to them. Hopefully you can hear that. Fantastic. Did not expect that. And we have a couple of revolvers. So we have a drum that revolves. I wonder if there's some sort of a gimmick here. Do not see it. I don't think so. But I'll double check the manual when I get to it. I had this happen with me on Mikey. So when I got my Mikey, it had like a lot of white residue on it all over the place. And I did contact Heatboys because obviously it wasn't a big deal. It was very easy to clean off, but there was a lot of it all over the place. So what they told me is that because they were rushing to get the figures out in shipping, they didn't give the figures enough time in their warehouse for the glue to dry before packaging it up. So if this happens to you, all it requires is a little bit of warm water and a few Q-tips, cotton tips, and it rubs off very easily. Do not even worry about it. It's not damage. It's not that it's faulty. It seems that they want to get these figures out as quick as possible, and they pack them up before they are, all dried up and stuff like that. Or maybe somebody on their factory or some people not wearing gloves. Either way, not the end of the world. I cleaned up my Mikey and it never reappeared. Nor was there any damage to the paint or top coats. Let's open another tray. In here we have an action base along with a variety of adapters. There we go. So as per usual, we have two tubes that screw into the base, a longer and a shorter one. They have thick metal walls, so they are very sturdy, which is great. They're consistent in that regard. Then we have these POM adapters. You once again get only two, one with a slight upward degree angle and another is completely even. As I mentioned, it would have been nice for them to offer you like a pack of these with a variety of angles beyond the standard ones. I would buy those in a millisecond, if it's priced well, that is. Then we have a couple of holsters. Then we have what looks like side connectors, so you can holster those. And then we have more connectors. And we have drill handles, I believe. Then we have 4 multi-connectors. Oh, I'm gonna need tweezers for that. So we have multi-connectors, 4 of these. We have these drill handles, I believe. We have these side holders, 2 of those. We have 2 left side holsters. And then we have more connectors. I'm not sure which ones are those, because you get 6 arm connectors. So these are all supposed to be arm connectors. Oops, that one flew away. I'll find it later. And more, and more. And at the end we have the base itself. And it looks like the base is just like the other turtles. It opens up. It has a very spacious, opening inside of it. So, all of your extras, if you don't need them, if you're not using them when you pose the figure. A lot fits in there, a lot, and it's very, very handy. Your tube will not really fit in there unless you want the small one and you're using the tall one, but the rest of it should fit no problem, with the exception of the massive accessories. But assuming you are going to have the giant arms and claws on the figure, because that's the whole point of the figure, pretty much. Let's get to the main course, I guess, and see what the figure is looking like this time around. All right, so we have the body that seems to be tied in. Yes, it is. Let's do it again. And we're up. Okay, so we have the body. Then we have the shell, that is also the cockpit. It usually has the opening gimmick, a bit of a hatch at the back of it, with a kind of revolving cylinder where the turtle sits. Let's see if that's the case here, like it was on the other figures. Get my opening tool. There we go. Yep, same as with the other figures. This is the revolving cylinder. You can see the hatch. It is as articulated as the other ones on the other two figures. So these, usually the top one is supposed to open. Yes, it does. So that's your main connection point, I believe, for the giant claw attachment. And these are supposed to open up as well. Yes, they do. So the backpack is consistent with the other two. I think Mikey, his rear mounted cannons are using that attachment. Yes, they do. You can see right there. And I don't think Leonardo is using that. By far, Leonardo is like the leanest package. He's got the shield that you can turn into like a surfboard. He's got metal katanas, he's got the rifle, but he's like the leanest, smallest package. And I believe he's also the cheapest of the bunch really so far. I'm pretty sure Krang, when that drops, is gonna be the most expensive. If not Shredder. Shredder, they recently showed Shredder and it looks fantastic. I cannot wait to get that. And Shredder has a lot of accessories as well. He's got a cloak, the perfect purple color scheme. It's just, oh, I cannot wait for that, absolutely. So in addition to the body, on this final tray we get the pizza that controls the LED in different parts. Let's see if it will light up the LEDs. I don't know where you were supposed to. Nope. Nope. Maybe you can press it. Nope. Again, I'm gonna have to look at a manual guide on how to activate the LEDs inside the drill bits. We have the head unit as per usual. You get one. The top of the head should open, so you get the access to the LED PCB. A little bit of more glue residue here, and I can see some fingerprints, which is consistent with Mikey. It seems like the top part was not glued in properly. So the top of the head, because it just comes off. This So the head is supposed to open, you can see it opens right there by the looks of it, but the top of the head also comes off, and I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to happen. So a little bit of a QC issue there for you, Heatboys. Does the mouth open? Nope. It does open on Leonardo for sure. I'll have to double check whether Mikey's mouth opens. So there's a separate headgear. It's not so much a replacement headgear that you gotta get an alternative headgear with the mouth kind of mask cage. Let's see if we can open the head. And see the LEDs. Yep, here's the LED PCB. And it does not have the batteries, so I'm gonna have to find those. I hope I have some, I'm not sure. The head seems to be cut off like abruptly. Not sure if that's... Is that the actual design? Let's double check. Yeah, it seems like there's nothing on the back of the head, as you can see here. The back of the head is just bare, I guess. Yeah. Because Mikey obviously has like dreadlocks, like massive dreadlocks. Leo has like the back of his bandana sticking out. And Raph seems to be just, you know, this is the like the tail end of the lower end of the bandana, but nothing really like sticking out of here. I guess not bad. It looks more like a helmet with this approach. Anyway, let's look at the body. I hope it is exactly like the other two figures, because there is absolutely nothing wrong with those bodies. Let's get rid of the plastic. All right. So it is heavy. I would imagine it's like half a kilo, if not more. There is a lot of die-cast metal inside and on the outside. I can feel metal on the thighs. They're very cold. I can feel metal on the toes as well. Then where do we got metal? So you can see the inner frame metal here. We don't seem to have any metal on the arms, at least on the outside. All right, so as per usual, the articulation on these should be pretty good. The shoulder does not really have like an extension gimmick, but it can do up and down kind of swivel. It doesn't do any back and forth, but it does turn on that joint. So you can do a 90-degree angle with the arm. You can bend at the elbow beyond 90 degree, and there is this couple of cylinders that stick out when you do so. Then the arm also rotates at the shoulder, and it rotates at the wrist, at the forearm. The wrist itself is on a... It's not a ball joint, so it's way sturdier than it otherwise would be. There are 3 articulated fingers, just like on a giant claw, and there is a rather massive accessory connection peg, so your accessories are going to be sticking there firm. Then the arm goes 360 without a problem on its own. Do we have a butterfly joint in the body? Yep, you can twist it out quite a lot, as you can see here, and then you can hide it, tuck it back in. There we go. So you can pull the arm in front a lot, as you can see, a lot, and then you can also pull it on this to the side significantly if you don't tuck in the joint back. So let's hide it back in. The upper torso has very limited swivel, pretty much none. It fights me, doesn't want to do that. Then we have up crunch, quite substantial up crunch for a figure. Can we do it backwards? No, we cannot. But you can see that it opens up and then it kind of folds out. Oh, it is a very, very significant up crunch. There's a lot of up crunch going on, a lot. It's very good to see. Lack of swivel is a bit unfortunate. The belt, it looks like, is limiting that. I don't think there is a way to work around that. Then we have the legs. There is no waist armor to speak of, so the legs should not be limited by anything like that, like you would have in a lot of model kits, for example. So you can 90-degree forwards, not a problem. Backwards, can you drop the joint at the hip? No, you cannot, it's firm. Can we do the splits? Yes. Very, very easily we can do the splits. Almost parallel, not quite though. Can we bend at the elbow? Yes, we can. And it looks like we have the the knee armor. Can we bend at the knee? That's what I meant. So we have knee armor separation when that happens, and the front of the hip armor slides, and the top of the hip still has the articulated armor bit, just like the other mechas do. Then let's see, do we have anything happening at the shin area, around the cuffs? It doesn't seem like there is any articulation happening there. Can the leg turn sideways? Yes, it can. So you can see the leg can turn sideways. 360, not a problem. When we bend at the knee, you can see the armor separation, the front of the hip sliding, and this part is independently articulated. There we go. And as for the foot, we have sideways swivel. Do we have front to back? Yes, we have front to back. It's heavily metallic, the foot, and all the toes are articulated, which, if Mikey is anything to go by, and I think I had the same problem with Leo, because of how heavy the figure is, the articulated toes, they are rather malleable, they're not very firm. If your pose relies, or even tries to rely on the toes, it might be difficult to stabilize the figure, but it's a minor thing. For the heaviness and the detail of these figures, their bodies are extremely well done. As you can see, it's super easy to, boom, just plop it on the table. Let's pop the head back on and see if there is any articulation for the head this time around. Usually their necks can stick out quite a bit. Yes, they can do that this time around as well. As you can see, the neck has a bit of an extension to it, and the head itself is on a ball joint, so it can move around pretty freely. And that's pretty much it. As you can see, this figure comes with a lot of different accessories, some that are pretty much expected from this line at this stage. The size being fully made out of metal, very sharp. Be careful around them, but they're a very nice surprise nonetheless. The claws seem to be extremely well done. I like the color scheme of this kit. I like how mean, and the implications. If you know one of the Ruffs, I guess, versions, or the main storyline or whatever, he's a troubled person, let's put it that way. So the claws are very nicely done. The giant arms are very nicely done. The revolvers, take it or leave it, It's good that you have them, have a couple of guns, as you should. Not really the highlight. The drill bits, amazing. I believe they are light up, but we'll see. At some point I'll want to probably have them lit up at all times, if they are indeed light up. And I don't see a non-destructive way of running wires to them. We'll see, we might come up with something interesting. Time will tell. The thrusters, great, I guess. Usually, I forgot to mention, these kits have a lot of spots around the body. Let me see if I can find some and open them. Usually these kits would have a lot of spots that you can open up. Yeah, this is one of them. So if you look at the leg, it doesn't really seem like there is a clear attachment area for the accessory. You can see at the waist there is a clear hole for a peg, right? You can see where else? Well, at the back, obviously the backpack goes there. It seems like this area is supposed to open up to allow you to attach another accessory, but we can pry this one open and let's see what it hides. Boom, another opening area. And all of them are standardized on these kits. So they are all standard size holes, which makes, you know, their kind of customization to an extent very, very easy. I haven't tried yet swapping, you know, different attachments or even maybe main accessories amongst the kits, though it should be very much possible and easy to accomplish. And I very, very much appreciate them doing it that way. I think Heatboys are doing a great job with these with these figures. Looking forward to Donnie and Shredder. I hope you enjoy the beauty shots and have some big interesting builds coming up for the model kits. Let me know in the comments whether you are collecting Heatboys Mechaheat series, or maybe you're a fan of their Mechatran series. I did a review of Mechatran Leonardo, and that was a bit of a downer, I'm not gonna lie. Unlike Mechaheat, so far Mechaheat has been absolute home runs all over the place. Yeah, so stay tuned, let me know if you like the video, what else you would like to see on the channel, some builds coming up. I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy the beauty shots. Bye bye.